Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with another Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Wi-Fi battle. Today we're going to be using Jolteon. Now Jolteon is an electric type with a pretty good speed tier, pretty high speed tier actually. Only a few Pokemon, and some of them have to be Megas, outspeed Jolteon. Has decent special attack at base 110. Thunderbolt is really solid stab. Shadow Ball is a decent move as it actually allows it to do considerable damage to Pokemon like Rhydon, and then has a few other moves it can run like Reflect, Light Screen. It even has access to Yawn. I'm actually using a Yawn Protect set myself, but I think that Toxic has a good shot of being used. I think that, I think Toxic is the big one. I've seen a lot of people use Reflect as well. That way Jolteon can set up for something else. So maybe I'll change it as we keep going. But yeah, if you guys missed any of my previous Wi-Fi battles, there's a playlist down below. I encourage you to check that out. Also, feel free to check out the guide and leave a suggestion of a Pokemon that you want to see next. So let's get right into the battles. Alright guys, we got a game, and just ignore the fact that I'm breaking Species Clause and bringing both Sandslash and Sandslash. So technically Alolan Sandslash and Sandslash are different Pokemon, but, well, okay, no. Aesthetically, they are different Pokemon and moveset-wise and whatnot, but technically they are the same. They're considered the same based on the Pokedex because they have the same Pokedex number. So in standard play, like the rules I play by, which have Sleep Clause, Evasion Clause, things like that, this wouldn't be allowed, but because it doesn't matter on Let's Go, I'm using them. My dude's team, bunch of threats: Rockers, Aerodactyl, Agility Dragonite, Gengar, Gyarados. I have a good speed tier with my Jolteon here, and definitely I think just clicking Thunderbolt a bunch of time is going to be really nice in this game. So we're going to lead off with Sandslash. I want something that matches up well versus Aerodactyl and Melmetal as a lead. And getting up rocks is going to be pretty key in this game. Because I do have double Sandslash, that should be actually helpful in dealing with both Gengar and Alakazam and even Melmetal. And I think ideally in this game, Jolteon is just going to be clicking Thunderbolt a couple times when it has a decent matchup. And hopefully 2 KOing or knocking something out. My Jolteon happens to be Yawn Protect on this one, but I think that Reflect has a lot. I'm playing Ariana Grande. That's awesome. I've been trying to play her ever since you tweeted about Pokemon. Leads off with Gengar. Now, I very much do value my Sandslash in this game, but at the same time, I value Rocks a lot more. I live a Mega Drain guaranteed. If he Mega Evolves this, that means he can't Mega Evolve Alakazam or Aerodactyl, which means Jolteon Speed Ties with Aerodactyl, Speed Ties with this, and it's pretty decent. So I am going to go for Rocks here, just because the dude has Gyarados, Dragonite, Aerodactyl, and Rocks are going to be the difference between me dealing with these Pokemon and not. So, I do live the Mega Drain as anticipated. And I'm able to get on my Rocks. Now, again, great for Gyarados, great for Aerodactyl. Absolutely amazing for Jolteon too. So I'm clicking Rock Slide here actually because he should take me out no matter what. But if he does randomly want to switch into maybe Gyarados or... Oh, this dude knows what they're doing. They're switching in moves. I like that. So if they did randomly want to switch out into something like, I want to say, yeah, Gyarados or Aerodactyl, that could have been cool. But yeah, we'll bring out my Jolteon now. Jolteon does have that higher speed tier, and what I'm going to do is throw off a Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt does 2-KO Gengar, so I don't have to worry about going for Shadow Ball here, as Shadow Ball doesn't knock it out anyway. And Thunderbolt does good damage to his entire team, so it's definitely my play. Worst case, he Mega Evolves and outspeeds me. Or wins a speed tie after. I'll definitely live a Sludge Bomb, and like I said, T-Bolt does 2-KO him. Ideally, I don't get the 30% paralysis on me. Nice. So like I said, Jolteon having that high speed tier, able to pick off the Gengar. And this is really good because if it had Shadow Ball or Will-O-Wisp, it would do a good chunk to my Alolan Sandslash. So this is really, really, really nice for that. Yeah, getting rid of that is amazing. Sandslash is looking a lot better. I need damage on Melmetal first, though, too. But I value the Rocks, and I value that thing going down. Dragonite comes out. I think that Poliwrath is definitely the way to go versus this. I would Yawn, predicting him to Agility, and then what I could do is go for Protect. But by going Poliwrath, I kind of force an Outrage, if anything. He should go for Earthquake, actually, not Agility. But I force that damage, and this gives me an Ice Punch. Yes, this Pokemon's good for Melmetal, but I think I can deal with Melmetal with Leech Seed plus Sleep. And yeah, Ice Punch doesn't really have a switch-in on my opponent's team. Has Fly, unfortunately. We'll go Sandslash on that. I have Ice Shard for I have the Ice Shard for this Dragonite, but I don't think it KOs after Rock's guaranteed. I just don't want to be weak to Aerodactyl. That's the problem. Because it may KO after Rocks. I don't remember the... I always talk about this roll, but I'm not entirely sure. Because the other play is to go Poliwrath and then go back out on Sandslash on the... Ice Shard has a chance to KO. So if I don't get this roll, it becomes a lot harder to deal Aerodactyl. But I think it's worth going for the roll. They may switch out to Melmetal anyway. It's like a 50-50 roll. We don't get it. They're going to be able to hit me with Earthquake. It doesn't knock me out, which I mean, I knew it wouldn't. And I can go for another Ice Shard there. And like I said, their only resistance is really Melmetal. So if I get damage off on that... what? Dude, come on. Why would you cancel the game there? It's not over. Alright, we're going to look for another game, guys, with Jolteon. That's kind of whack. At least Jolteon was able to outspeed and 2-hit KO the Gengar. But I have no idea why my opponent would forfeit right there. Maybe they love Dragonite so much that they couldn't handle me beating it down. Yeah, we'll look for another game. I'm a little bit pressed for time today, so maybe this might be a shorter one. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm definitely not going to leave it on just that. But yeah, guys, pause until we find another battle. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, we got another one. A little bit more of a tough one, but I do like Shadow Ball / Thunderbolt in this one a lot. I also value Rocks a ton from my Sandslash. I think that Snorlax is going to be useful in dealing with Mew, because Mew is a problem, and the dude has a Melmetal too. Mew is a huge problem for me. But Jolteon has a good speed tier once again. Electro is the only thing that outspeeds it really, and only threatens it with what? Explosion, which I can actually protect on, so that could be pretty cool. My Yawn may be good in this too. I do value Rocks a lot in this game, especially for Rapidash, for Aerodactyl, for Alakazam. I want to weaken them. And that can also open up a door for my SD Sandslash as well. So that's why I value Rocks a lot. And if they lead off with Aerodactyl, I'm for sure going for Rock Slide, I think. At least first. They do lead off with Aerodactyl. Yeah, I'm definitely going for Rock Slide. This one puts it in range of Ice Shard, and two, if they go for Taunt, I dodge. Basically, I don't dodge the Taunt, but I don't waste a turn going for Stealth Rock when they go for Taunt. I can go for Stealth Rock after if they don't go for Taunt, that is. So we'll go for the Rock Slide here. Do a good chunk to Aerodactyl, putting it in KO range of Thunderbolt as they go for Stealth Rock. They don't do much back to me, so I value this Rock Slide damage if I do manage to connect. Nice, we connected. So this is really good for, again, my other Sandslash's Ice Shard, and also just weakening Aerodactyl. So we'll get up our Stealth Rock here. As they go for Earthquake. Not going to do much. I am a physical defensive wall. Physically defensive. Phys def. Whatever. Nice. So this is my ground type, so it deals with Electrode. So I don't want to sack it, obviously. But, I mean, I don't really switch into Earthquake anyway. This is my Pokemon that switches into Earthquake on the team. So we'll just go for another Rock Slide. With Rocks up, Sandslash already did his job. And getting rid of one of the two Pokemon that potentially either outspeeds or speed ties with my Jolteon is worth it. Especially when they do not have an electric resist on their team. Besides Electrode, which I don't really count as a good one. So they switch out. That doesn't really matter. You're in range of literally every attack on my team as they bring out Mew. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Because Mew is a problem, right? Whether it be a bulk up set or any type of set. Obviously, damage on it is amazing for Jolteon. But I don't know their set. And they may be a Will-O-Wisp set, too. So let's assume they are a Will-O-Wisp set. I do want my Facade to be buffed from my Snorlax. Their main switch into Facade would be their Melmetal. Besides that, Aerodactyl drops. Electrode should probably drop. So I want to bring this thing out just in case. They might go for a Calm Mind or anything like that too. Yeah, as they go for a Will-O-Wisp there. So this is cool because I do get a stronger Facade now. Again, Mew is a problem. Mew is definitely a problem. But I have already weakened it, and ideally I'm about to weaken the Melmetal coming in. I'm not going to do much, but Facade doesn't care about the burn. They go for Calm Mind. Will-O-Wisp, Calm Mind, Psychic, maybe? So my Facade's going to do a good chunk. I'm going to say around 40-50% maybe. Maybe a little bit more. Ooh, that's some good damage. Not bad. Alright, so what I want to do here is, because I do live their hit and they're pretty much forced to Soft Boiled or Roost if they have it, I'm going to go for Toxic. Again, Mew is a huge problem later. Yeah, they go for that Roost. Mew is a huge problem, so getting off this Toxic is big. It's really big for me. So I would really love if this lands. I actually managed to land my first Toxic with Snorlax. That is incredible. I never land that attack. So this is great. We know this Mew more than likely does not have Earthquake because it's a calm mindset. It's probably just Mono Psychic. And I'm able to get off that Toxic on it so Jolteon can 2-hit KO it without going down, without worrying about it setting up on it. And we'll just throw off another Facade. I'm assuming they're going to go Melmetal now. Oh, they have Dazzling Gleam as their only attack. Nice. Doesn't even do anything to me. Beautiful. Yes, they did manage to weaken one of my Alakazam answers, but first off, like I said, Yawn is going to help me out a lot. And secondly, I do have an Alolan Sandslash. Let's go for another Facade. No reason to overpredict or anything. We got rid of a giant problem. I'm not sure why they roosted there. They get more damage off on me by going for Dazzling Gleam. And Facade definitely KOs you with Poison this turn. I think it's been 3 turns, right? Yeah. Okay, Facade just knocked you out anyway, so nice. Mew is gone. Beautiful. Mew is gone. That's one of the Pokemon that can easily take a hit from my Jolteon. Not easily, but it can take a hit. For sure. I guess Alakazam under screens is kind of scary. So if they do go Electro, they're probably going to set up a Reflect or something like that. But I'll just go for double Facade on them, just to deal damage for potentially my Jolteon late game. Because, yeah, they might do that. They actually go Aerodactyl first, which I don't think knocks me out. And I want to get rid of this as well. I don't think this knocks me out at all. Like, they have to flinch me. They may just go for Earthquake just to get off damage, too. Yeah, nice. Alright, so this will go down to Facade. So, again, really good for Jolteon. Now, I mean, they're obviously going to Mega Evolve their Alakazam, so it's going to be faster. But I can Yawn protect them, which is pretty cool. Go ahead and give me that Aerodactyl. So they gave me Aerodactyl and Mew. Beautiful. I wouldn't mind them even going Melmetal and getting off just a little bit of damage with Facade on that thing too. All that damage matters in the endgame, so... Maybe it was to go Electrode and click Thunderbolt. That's why they made that play. So they can get up a screen on me as well. If they go Zam, they cannot Calm Mind up. They will die to Facade. Rapidash can come out as well if it wants to. Melmetal, nice. So this is good, because after this they really don't switch into my Poliwrath superpower. So I'll definitely go for Facade, get off a little bit of damage if I'm able to. Pretty sure we have the same speed tier if I'm not mistaken. So this may be a speed tie. Alright, that's fine. I would have loved a little bit of extra damage always, but I'll take it. That's fine. Few options. I think that Poliwrath is the best one. Because like I said, Superpower is not really resisted by their team. They have an Alakazam, but Alakazam doesn't have the best defense. It doesn't appreciate it. Electro's going to probably come in and take it. And then maybe go for a screen from there. But we're going to go for Superpower. In the endgame, I could see Jolteon just clicking Thunderbolt on Rapidash and maybe putting Melmetal in range of my Poliwrath. That's honestly how I think the endgame of this is going to go. I don't think it's going to actually straight up sweep. But I think it's going to do damage. As they go hard Alakazam. Which I think might have been a misplay. Because this is something in the late game that's a little bit scary. And, like, look how much damage it just gave me on you. This is definitely, I think, maybe a misplay. Alright, we should be able to go hard into our Alolan Sandslash here. We obviously have Ice Shard for this, though I will click Earthquake depending on how much they do to me. Because it hits Melmetal. And they're in range of Ice Shard anyway. They're going to Mega Evolve here. Yep. So depending on what they go for now, I'll click Earthquake. They go for Sub. I mean, what's the play from there? Shadow Ball does about half, but Ice Shard 2 KOs you. I'm okay with my... I'm definitely fine with this. Like this, my Alolan Sandslash is legitimately... The Sandslash brothers are here for Aerodactyl and Alakazam. That was it. And he must have been Dazzling Gleam, Calm Mind. So he doesn't even have a good way of hitting me. I mean, that did good damage, not going to lie. But you died to Rock, so that doesn't really matter anyway. So yep. Get off some nice chip damage on you. That is literally the definition of chip. I mean, Sub was the definition of chip too. Go ahead and give me this Sandslash. I mean, Alakazam, excuse me. If they go Rapidash, what I'll do is I'll bring in my, I'll Ice Shard them. And then ideally, they're in range of, I love Shiny Rapidash so much. Ideally, they are in range after Flare Blitz recoil of my Jolteon. I'm gonna Ice Shard here. Like I said, I want some damage on them. That may put them in range of, I got a crit, which is actually pretty nasty. I don't think Hypnosis matters at all. I'm sacking my Sand Slash here, so I can bring out my Jolteon after anyway. They may, I saw a Hypnosis Hornjo set that was running around, which I might mess around with. I mean, 1 KO moves or OHKO moves are stuff I don't typically use. Ooh, they're fully special. That's cool. That's really cool. So, alright. My Jolteon has a chance to knock out Rapidash at that range. It's not the highest chance, though. But it's like a 50% chance, and I'm going for it. Why not? I will go for it. At worst, they go for Hypnosis. It's like a 50% chance to knock them out right there. And I don't think they can knock me out either because they're Hypnosis Fire Blast. So if they were Flare Blitz, I'd be more scared. But unless they have Drill Run on a mixed set, and if they're mixed, they might be naive as well. There you go, big Jolteon. Barely missed out on the KO. Let's see if they knock me out back. They don't manage to knock me out. Not bad. Not bad at all. I can follow it up with a Shadow Ball just in case they want to go out to Electrode. It does a little bit more. Unfortunately, because I do go down to rocks, I can't really switch out. But again, my Sand Slash kind of just wins by clicking Earthquake. If they go Melmetal, I'm going to Thunderbolt them just for damage. If they go Electrode, I'm going to Yawn them in case they try and get up like a Light Screen or a Reflect or something. Attempting to predict my Electrode, or excuse me, attempting to predict my Sand Slash to want to come out. Let's see if we can get a Yawn off now. Or if they just Thunderbolt. They go for Foul Play. Oh, it knocks me out, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it knocks me out. But that's kind of what I expected. Like, I thought it would just knock out Rapidash, and basically from there, it would probably come down to a Poliwrath endgame, as I mentioned earlier. Sucks that my first opponent forfeited as well. I think that Jolteon is kind of, I don't know, as far as electric types go, I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. As far as electric types go, I don't think Jolteon is the best in this. Having access to screens is pretty cool, but Zapdos can do that as well, and it has access to Roost, and it has U-turn, so it can get on out of there versus the ground types coming in. Granted, though, Shadow Ball does hit them decently hard. So it's a little bit iffy about this Pokemon. I basically Earthquake into Superpower on Melmetal, and I win the game from there. But I'm a little bit iffy when it comes to Jolteon. I don't think it's ever going to be sweeping, and I think there's a lot of speed tiers that kind of scare it, as well as the fact that it's not that powerful. But having a decent speed tier, being able to do a little bit of chip damage, like in the first game, getting rid of Gengar, it sucks that opponent forfeited because that guy would have gotten washed by Jolteon. On the real. He was really weak to me just clicking Thunderbolt. This should knock me out. And let's go right out to Poliwrath, and like I said, I click Superpower. And unfortunately, again, this one has to be a shorter one because I am a little bit pressed for time today. But you know what that means. If today's a shorter one, you know tomorrow I'm going to give you a nice 30 to 40 minute one. I try to make up for it always. But yeah, my opinion on Jolteon. I think out of all the evolutions in this game, so Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon, Jolteon is probably the best one. I'll be using Flareon and Vaporeon soon. Jolteon's probably the best one. Has a good speed tier, has access to Yawn. Shadow Ball actually allows it to deal with Pokemon like Rhydon a little bit better. Thunderbolt is decently strong coming off that base 110 special attack. But as far as electric types go, Zapdos is just better. With Toxic, with U-turn, with Roost, for longevity, and just being able to do damage to your opponent. I think that Zapdos is all around a little bit better. But still, I think it's as far as viability goes, it definitely the first one when it comes to the 3 evolutions in this game. Because Flareon suffers from being a fire type. So weak to Stealth Rock, no recovery, slow. Has cool attacks though. And Vaporeon is kind of, why would we use Vaporeon when I can use something like, Starmie or something like that, right? But yeah, that's my thoughts on Jolteon. Again, sorry that this is a bit more of a shorter one. Feel free to check out the playlist if you guys want to see my other Wi-Fi battles. I'll probably use Jolteon again. Maybe not like as a star of the video, but more so as just in a team. But every single time I do that, I kind of think I lean more towards Magneton as well. And Magneton, even then, Magneton actually has a way of checking opposing electric types better than Jolteon does, and has Flash Cannon for Pokemon like Rhydon, just knock them out. But yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.